Well, Mike, looking ahead to Friday night's racing at the Valley start-off, Sabrage runs in the Alister Clark. What do you think of his guineas run?
Yeah, quite good. He just sort of got held up and had to change ground and was making good late ground. Sort of tried to follow a machine through that gap, but by the time he actually arrived there, it was closed. So, we decided to go to the Alister Clark. We were going to go to the Randwick Guineas, but just thought that he looks as if he wants to go a bit further the way he's racing. So, we're going to step straight to 2,000 metres, and his record once he gets to that sort of trips is very good.
Do you feel in the guineas they were a little bit too brilliant for him?
Well, there might have been. Ollie thought it might have just been the ground. He just couldn't quicken up the ground, and then by the time he sort of wind up, the gap closed and machine sprinted through it, and he just didn't have the turn of foot that she had. But look, the last part of his race was really good. He got stopped and then he had to get going again. He did pick up and run to the line, so that was encouraging.
How did he come through that run?
Yeah, fine. Look, he's a lovely colt to deal with in that, and he's just getting fitter and looking better as the preparation goes on.
As you mentioned, 2,000 metres is his ideal sort of trip. One over at the Norman Robinson over the spring, so you'd be pretty confident heading to Friday night.
Yeah, look, all things being equal, he should be pretty hard to beat because he has got a good record once he gets to that distance. Look, his two runs at the Valley, the first one it was only over 1,200 and he got run off his feet, so it was pretty hard to get a line on him, but he won a nice race in the Stud Stakes, he ran third there, so we think the Valley should be fine for him.
And then after Friday night, will he head to Sydney?
Yes, he will. He'll go for the Racehorse Guineas after that and into the Derby, all going well.
You've also got Bugillardi running on Friday night in the 2,000 metre handicap, well back at Flemington last time.
Yeah, look, a little bit disappointing because he travelled up like the winner, and I know Damien thought that turning in he was going to be right in it. Just didn't quite finish it off. Damien just said to me that he thought he got a little bit older and cunning than that, and we'll probably try and change tactics a bit on Saturday and run a bit further forward, try and switch him on a little bit more. Well, the horse is looking well and going well, but he's just got to be able to produce a race day now, and just hopefully we'll try and switch him on a little bit more, and it just might be the difference.
You still feel like you're getting a handle of him, or you've had him for long enough that you've got a good idea about what he's like?
Yeah, pretty good idea. Look, we tossed around about going stepping up to the 2,500 metres, but we thought we'd just give him one more at 2,000 before we did that. I think with this run here and then one more over 2,500 metres, if he doesn't really fire up, well, he'll be retired, I would think. But we can't fault the way he's going. He certainly looks very well, but he's just going to turn around into race day.
And just looking back at last weekend, Drunken Sailor, obviously disappointing to lose the way he did. How did he come through the run?
Yeah, look, he's back home here now. He's fine. Pretty tough sort of horse. He coped with the travelling really well. I was, full of admiration for the way he went, because it would have been a weight carrying record for about 50, 60 years if he had one, and it was only Bob with the head job that sort of beat him. So, look, I was really happy with him and so we'll continue on, all going well up to Sydney now with him.
Is it hard to place a horse like him, given that they might be a bit too brilliant for him weight for age, yet handicaps he gets a lot of weight?
It'll be interesting to see him at weight for age. He's going to get his chance in the BMW, so all going well. And I just got a funny feeling he's going to be up to them at weight for age. I'd be surprised getting a line through Manigar and those sort of horses. He wasn't far behind them. And now that he's sort of got the blinkers off and learned to relax a little wee bit more and the horse looks terrific, and he's really going well. He's really enjoying it.
So what's the plan for Sydney?
Probably BMW into the Sydney Cup.